Hello, everybody with that's out there. I may be introducing myself twice, but that's okay. This is Coach Dana Inspires, and we are here with Business Inspirations, and we are happy that you are joining us today. And we are here today with a good friend and colleague, Gary McKinsey. And he is with Gary McKinsey, Sales and Marketing Coach. And that is what he does, and he is fabulous at it. We know that he has changed businesses and lives as he has moseyed along his life and his journey. And we want to make sure that you get some of his business inspiration as well. And Gary, thanks so much for joining us today. It's a fabulous day for a great interview with you.
Dana, thank you. I'm delighted to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on your program. I felt honored when you invited me.
Well, this is a lot of fun. I love having people who are movers and shakers and have great ideas. And I think that's what we're looking for right now in this crazy COVID world that we're living in. And so let me just ask you a question. How are you? How are you doing? How's your family? And kind of how's the business doing?
Well, Dana, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Family is good. Business kind of went down, and now it's coming back up again as we're getting comfortable in this new environment. I went from doing a lot of in-person on stage to virtual overnight.
Yes. Surprise!
Like many of us. And
yes.
So it's doing good, and I'm optimistic. Absolutely,
all right.
I am.
Well, and I think part of that, you know, that the dip there, and then the movement up
Yes.
is about people getting. I think at first we thought, well, this is going to last like 2 weeks, maybe 2 months, 3 at the longest, and now we're going, okay, how can we get back into moving forward from where we had been? So I think that's probably. A lot of us out here is feeling that same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you see the businesses and entrepreneurs going now that we're kind of through this first phase and moving on to I hate the new normal. I don't like that term, but this is our new reality. I'm not sure normal is the word, but what do you see businesses doing as we kind of move along here?
Yes, and I too, I like reality. I think that's a better terminology, our new reality. And I think for the next 7 months, Dana, we're going to be in what I'm thinking of is kind of like the yo-yo economy. We're going to be opening up some, and we're closing down. We're going to be opening up more. And so we're going to have to be really agile at doing this. And so this is a really important time for businesses and entrepreneurs to be looking forward and say, what have I learned from this last 4 months, 5 months? And now take a good look forward. Say, going forward, what can I do? What can I do that's working? What can I do differently so that I stay in business, continue to engage my customers? So that's
super. Yeah. So what can we as entrepreneurs and business owners do right now to take that big step and move forward? Is there one particular thing that one or two particular things that you want to like throw out there for us?
Let me package it just a bit. Number one, I think it's really important that we work on our mindset. We have to have a positive mindset. And part of that means, how do you talk to yourself? You got to really monitor that self-talk, because it's so easy to go in that spiral and just spiral down. And people that you're around may be in that spiral. So Dana, I think it's critical that the business owner, the entrepreneur, start their day off on a positive note, have triggers. And by triggers, Dana, I mean, if they begin to feel negative or think negative, something triggers, no, I'm going to have an affirmation. I'm going to be positive.
Okay.
I'm going to visualize success. That is a key right there. It begins with yourself. Because if you don't have control of yourself, how can you plan? How can you do anything? You've got to have control of yourself. This part, I think, is really critical. And this goes back really to a study. Dana, probably 3 years ago now, the Small Business Administration conducted a study. And they said, why do businesses fail? And that's a pertinent question for SBA because they loan money to businesses.
Right.
And like any bank, they like to get paid back.
Yeah.
And so they did this study. And they came up with 7 reasons businesses fail. But the one that really hit me and the one that surprised me was this, Dana. They found that the majority of businesses that fail, that the business owner, the entrepreneur, didn't know what business they were in. And when I heard that, what? How can that be? And here's what I think is really critical, Dana, going forward. The entrepreneur stops and thinks, what business am I in? Number one, we're all in the business of solving people's problems. Whether it's making a product or putting on a program or coaching, it's solving people's problems. That's the business you're in. And I'm sure people have heard this numerous times. You need to understand, what problems do you solve? How does solving that problem improve the person's life? And then, where are those people? Where are those people with that problem that'll pay you to solve it?
That's a good point. Where are they, and how do we go get them? Yeah,
Absolutely.
great.
How do you get them? How do you get in front of them?
Super.
And so this is where I think the businesses really need to focus on it. You're in the problem-solving business. And so
Excellent.
Now, how do you find those people?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's great. I took notes because I want to learn from you as well. That is very true, and I hope people who are watching are learning too. So, you are really into and focused on value-based marketing. So,
Correct.
what exactly do you mean by value-based marketing? It sounds like, well, I think I got that. Seems pretty obvious, but I think it goes deeper than just surface. So tell me about that.
Correct, Dana. Value-based. And what that means is anytime you have connection with a customer or prospect, you want to provide value to that person. For instance, when I'm working with individuals that do a lot of sales calls, so don't send an email, don't make a phone call, don't send a video to a customer or prospect that says, hey, I'm just thought I'd check in with you and see how things are going. Waste of time, there's no value. You want to add value. So if they're making a call, they call their customers, and here I love this. You call the customer or prospect and say, you call them up or send them an email or video. I love videos, Dana. I like video. So let's say you send them a video. You send them a video and say, hi, John, just thinking of you. And rather than just think of you, I thought I'd send you this video. And I was just thinking about this aspect of your business. And here's something I saw, something I read that I think would really be valuable. I want to share it with you. Now that's value, adding value. Now, Dana, the receiver could say, well, yeah, I know that. But the question is, how many people took the time to think about their business and send them a little video or a note, think I'm thinking of you, and here's a tip. Think about that. That makes you stand head and shoulders above your competition, because I assure you, the competition isn't doing that. They're not doing that.
Right. Absolutely. Now, well, that's really a great, because I get emails from people all the time that they're either just checking in, as you say, or, hey, I have a new product, or don't you want to sign up for something?
Correct.
But it would feel better, and I would want to connect more with them if they gave me a little tidbit. And if you want to hear more, I'm going to be doing this here. But I still got something valuable up front. So I think that's a great idea. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Gary, so much. So what mistakes, what marketing mistakes do you really see business owners and entrepreneurs doing? What do you see that what are we doing wrong, Gary? Let us know.
Right there. Okay. Well, as I mentioned earlier, you don't understand what problems you solve. And the key here, Dana, is people need to be able to understand, and they need to be able to describe how a person's life is going to be better, how it's going to be different when they've done business with that individual.
Okay.
How's your life better? How do I improve your life? And maybe it's a short-term improvement, maybe it's long-term, but the question is, how am I going to be better? How do you make me feel better? How do you make me feel happier as a customer or a potential customer? So get clear on that. Get real clear on the outcome of doing business. And then, Dana, you get clear, and I'm a big proponent of language. You want to look at words and phrases, not necessarily what you like. You're going to think about that customer, that potential customer. What words and phrases are going to connect with them? And Dana, we're connecting with their subconscious. It's subconscious. And when you connect with the person's subconscious, you want that subconscious to say, hey, and this is, hey, to the conscious mind. Hey,
Right.
up there, I think I like this person, or I think we like this person. Let's listen to them. I think we trust them. And Dana, when you trust someone, you're going to do business with them.
Absolutely.
That's the key. And so you look at this language, and I do a lot of, when I'm coaching and working with individuals, I get into neuro-linguistic programming. Most people don't know it, but I have a certification in NLP.
I had no idea.
No idea. Most people don't know it. And here's the key. Here's why I got that. I wanted to understand how to communicate better. And I really hadn't thought about it in this term, but we have three primary ways that we like to receive information. And one is visual, another is auditory, and another is kinesthetic, the feeling. So when you're writing your marketing piece or creating your marketing video, you may not know. You probably don't know. Does this person prefer visual? They prefer kinesthetic? Do they prefer audio? So you look at structuring your marketing message or piece to touch, have words that touch all three of those areas.
That's interesting. That's very interesting, because I've heard a lot of times, the example that I hear a lot is when you're talking to people who work at a bank, let's say, well, banks have customers.
Correct.
But if you're talking to people who work at a credit union, credit unions have members. And so you want to speak their language. So I've heard that, sometimes you have sales associates, sometimes
Correct.
you have representatives. So, so there's all these different titles that I think we need to know. But I think it's really important, what you're talking about is know the phrases that will touch people and give them a visual, give them a feeling. So if you're doing a video, it's so much easier because you can put, some energy and some feeling and action to it. But if you're doing an audio or just typing it, you're getting it in writing, those same words can be taken into that subconscious, as you say,
Correct.
and go, I like this. That's great. Wow. That is super information, visual, audio, and kinesthetic. So always be thinking about that. Woo, I like it. So, wow. So I don't know if it can get any better than this, Gary, but is there a magic formula for structuring these ads? I mean, is there something we need to do step by step that you might be able to give us without giving away all your secrets?
Okay, Dana. All right. When you're writing an ad or doing a video, whatever you're doing, the first part is you need a headline.
Uh-huh.
When you think about when you open up your email, you look at that headline. So you want a headline that and I like a curiosity headline.
Ah,
Oh, I wonder what they're talking about. So you want a headline. And even if it's a video, still, you want a headline. Because now the person's going to stop and say, I wonder, yeah, maybe that applies to me. I'm curious.
right.
So you spend headlines sound easy. No, you invest time in your headline. Because if your headline doesn't stop the person, whatever else you said makes no difference. They didn't see it, they didn't read it, they didn't hear it.
Right.
But
Okay.
a
Good
good
point.
headline, Dana.
Okay.
Then the next part, they call it the hook or a compelling statement.
Okay.
For instance, like I mentioned earlier about the SBA, one of my favorite when I'm doing programs is I'll say, the Small Business Administration did surveys only the federal government can do. And they found there were 7 reasons businesses fail. Are you curious about that first reason? Okay, yeah, I'm curious.
Yes.
And now the next part, Dana, I've got to answer the question, why in the world would someone want to listen to me? What gives me credibility?
Got
So
it.
now we're going to you might call it a positioning statement or a credibility statement. You give a little bit about your history, your credibility. Why should they listen to you? Because keep this in mind, you're asking your reader, your audience, to invest their most valuable asset, their time. Whether it's a minute or 10 minutes, it's their most valuable asset, one they can't replace, their time. So you got to give them, here's why you should listen to me.
Got it.
Now you're going to answer that question that was in the hook or the compelling statement. For instance, when I'm answering that question, the Small Business Administration, their number one reason businesses fail, and it shocked me, and I'm going to bet it shocks you. Business owners don't know what business they're in. Okay, I've answered the question.
Right.
And so now you have a call to action. You want your reader, your prospect, to do something. You've invested your time creating this marketing piece. They invested their time in consuming it. Now there's a step. And you don't want to give them 6 steps. You want to give them one clear next step. Make it clear. Make it easy.
So is it always that last step? Is it always? I mean, do you like bap them with a baseball bat and, okay, spend thousands of dollars with me and I'll solve these problems? Or is it something much more subtle and inviting, like a discovery call or whatever term someone would like to use with, let's get to know each other and let me see how I can help you.
Correct, because we're having a conversation. Really, you're inviting the individual to have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a discovery call, in which case, you invite them for a discovery call. You either give them a phone number, send them to your calendar, but make it very clear, a discovery call. And it's
Right.
free, a free discovery call, just to see if I'm a good fit. Or if you want them to go to your website, like I might send people to my website. And I might say, the SBA said there were 7 reasons, and I just gave you one. If you'd like to get the other 6 reasons, go to my website. And and so now, Dana, they go to my website, they see my site, they get a little better idea what I do. They enter their name and the information. And some people call this an ethical bribe, because I'm capturing their information. I send them the download, the PDF, and then also they'll get an email from me saying, from time to time, I present business tips. If you'd like to receive those, please just click on the button and give them something to do. Now they're on my email list. Now, or in my case, my video list. But Dana, now we're inviting to have a conversation. I've not sold them anything yet. All I'm doing is creating this relationship.
Right.
Know, like, and trust.
Absolutely.
As they get to know me, they get to like me, they get to trust me. At some point, I'll extend an invitation to do business with me. It's a process. It's a journey.
Right.
It's a journey.
Right. So you don't necessarily once you do this nice little video with a headline and a hook and credibility and boy, take the next step, you may get a client right away.
Correct. Absolutely.
But sometimes it's a relationship building instead of a bulldozer.
So true, Dana. Not a bulldozer. And here's the thing: when you ask about business owners and what can entrepreneurs do, and some of the mistakes, they give up too soon.
Okay.
They give up too soon, because study after study that I've read, the question is, when does the sale take place? A few take place on the first contact, a few more on the second, maybe the third, the fourth, somewhere between the 8th and the 12th contact, the person, something clicks in their mind and say, oh, this person sells coaching. Maybe I should do business with them. It takes, and so many people give up. They'll do two, maybe two. Oh, well, the person didn't contact me. They're not interested, and they don't follow up. They don't do any more. Right. No, the timing just wasn't right. So you keep providing value, benefit.
Because it may not be no, not you. It may be not right now.
Correct. That's it. Not right now. I'm not ready.
Love it.
Right now.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love that. That's such a great. I was going to say, do you have one thing to give us here at the end? And do you have anything else other than don't give up? Because that is fabulous.
Yes, Dana. Not only don't give up, but use different techniques. For instance, and one of my coaches who studied this a lot and does a lot of marketing, so people are concerned about being annoying. Oh, I don't want to follow up. I don't want to be annoying. Okay. People perceive things differently. So you send the individual an email. Then maybe you send them a text message. Next time, perhaps it's a phone call and you're going to get their voicemail, and that's okay. Then maybe you send them a video. You send them a direct message. And each one of those touches for some reason, our subconscious mind says, oh, this is brand new. It's different. You're not being annoying. So take your message, your marketing message, and spread it over all those platforms, those different ways. And Dana, you want to space it out. Maybe 1 week it's video, maybe the next week it's text, maybe the next. So it's spaced out, but yet I call it touching. You're constantly going out and tapping that prospect on the shoulder, saying, hey, I'm here. I want to help you. And you're providing value. You're giving a business tip. You're doing something.
Right. Well, Gary, this has been fabulous. You have great information, and I'm so grateful that you were here. This is a very short time. I want to keep it quick and interesting, and you have done that for us. And I want to just honor your time and our viewers' time. So I'd like to just wrap this up real fast. And this has been Business Inspiration with Gary McKinsey, and for some particular reason, my slide is not moving. I love technology. This is one of my favorite things in the world.
And it makes us human because we all deal with this.
Oh my goodness gracious. I just love this stuff. Everyone, that we were late getting on because because I had my computer completely cleaned up yesterday and all my passwords, of course, were erased and everything, la, la, la. And I quite frankly forgot that that's what we did. So I had to sign on to Facebook while I was trying to go live. Oh dear. So anyway, here's Gary's information, and we're thrilled to have Gary here. So Gary McKinsey, I just really appreciate your information. It's Gary at GaryMcKinsey.com. If anybody out there wants to get more information, if you want to get on his mailing list to get these great little tips and videos and model what he's doing. If you get a video from him and you're going, well, that's pretty good, maybe I can do it. And there's loads of video platforms out there that you can use. Many of them are either free or inexpensive, depending on how much you use them. And so touch Gary and see if he can give you some great information. There's my information. If there's anything I can do for you, if I can serve you in any way, I would be happy to do that. And Gary, I want to thank you once again for being here, taking your time, sharing your expertise with not just me, but our viewers out there in Facebook land. And if you weren't able to catch this entire thing, it will be this entire thing. Patricia Fripp would kill me. This entire video, we will be recording. This is recorded, and I'll be posting it. So thank you so much, Gary. Thank you. You've been fabulous. And until the next time, get some business inspiration. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Gary. Bye, everybody.